try to connect. So first of all, session scope in the sense, variables are persist till the terminal is open. Whenever terminal is open, whenever terminal is closed, automatically you can destroy. It destroys your variable. Let's see. Suppose A is equal to 10, echo $A. A is a 10. A is equal to 30, echo $B. Sorry, $A. Values. At a time, there's one problem in the variable, local variables. We can call it as a local variable, but in generally, we never entertain such terms actually in the shell scripting. So at a time, we can store only one value at a time, first of all. That is not my current discussion. My current discussion is local variables are general variables are limited to the session. Suppose when I exit from the session, whenever I close the terminal, automatically what happens? Your variables are gone. You just go and connect tree again. See, echo $A. Variables gone. Don't be smart. Sir, why can't you store a value of the variable in the script? Like, see, vi mypro dot sh. Go to insert mode. A is equal to 10, echo $A, escape colon. This is right. This is also one way to save the variable, right? If I say sh mypro.sh, I'm running the program. Now, if I say exit, if I relog in, it means this is not a scope actually. This is a file actually. We store the data in the file. That's why when you're looking at my concept, your variables are used to process the data. You can store the data, we can process the data. If you save the data in the file, we can process it, we can transfer it, even can copy it. Right now, when you are trying to save the data as a file, it is going to store on the disk. Okay, disk is different, memory is different. Am I right? Disk is different, memory is different. So variables are stored in the memory, not in the disk. And you want to store the data permanently, you can store into the file actually. That's why don't link up and don't be smart. That is a waste smart. There is no good smart actually. So session variables are temporary. When you close the session, automatically. Now immediately you'll get one more doubt. Sir, I want to store it safely. I want to store my data safely because I may be close the session whenever my work is ended. Tomorrow morning, I will connect to my server. I can start working with a script. That moment, I feel some data is very important to store it. For this, we have to go with the user level. User level. What does it mean that? It means that whenever you are trying to store a data in the file, listen carefully, guys. It's going to be confused for the beginner. Who are beginner? Even though who are fresher or who are new to the shell, definitely you also be get confused, like Java, Amrit, Adinarayana, because Java is a different world. We always talk about the classes, packages, right? We have instance variable, instance variable, static variables, local variables. But here in shell, how we keep the data, how we persist the data, and how we Main is my data, multiple users are logged in. Right now, I want to talk about user level. So user level scope in the sense, this scope is exactly applicable to user level. It means even other users are trying to access it. Sorry, you cannot. Okay, got my point? So could you please prove it? Yes, if I want to prove it, you have to dig your toy into the deep river. That is one of the hell. Regularly, maybe multiple times use ls, right? What is use of ls? List down the file. Hyphen L, long list. A nothing but. So that's why money equine.
Hidden
Time
files.
is free. So just for AC is running, smart class going on. Not you, thank you. It hidden file. So one of the file is, what is this? Dot bash rc, dat bash profile, dot bash history, dot bash logout, dot ssh. These are the very, very important configuration files in the shell script. If you want to be master, if you want to be good at, if you want to be smart at your work, especially who are working in a shell environment, you should. Unfortunately, we always ignore it. So right now, I cannot ignore it. Sir, what is this? What is this? So these are the essential hidden files automatically imported by the shell whenever users are logged into the system first time. Whenever users are logged into the system, the Linux server automatically import some important configuration files into your home directory of the user. So bash rc, bash profile, bash logout, and .sh. Actually, .sh may not be visible, may not be available sometimes, but when you try to interact with the SSH shell from the command line, you will get it. Right now, my discussion is not SSH. To explain, to understand my user level scope, I have to use this file, .bash rc. Looking at vi .bash underscore, suppose take the profile. First, looking at .bash profile, you know, Chrome profile. Have you seen profile in the Chrome browser? No. Chrome profile. Profile is nothing but your own place, your own settings, your own configurations. Like how we assign multiple users in your operating system. Suppose you create multiple logins your regular desktop, and you can create a login for every family members. How many of you are aware of the profile? Best example, man. When you go your home, you have your own room, we have your own place, you have your own something like. System automatically assigns some configuration files for you. That configuration file will help you some kind of aliases. Looking at get the alias and functions, right? User specific environment and startup programs. For example, whenever I connect to the server automatically gives some accessible to the Java, accessible to the Docker, accessible to the Kubernetes, right? That is called configuration side. So that's why statement is whenever user is logged into the system first time, Linux automatically import some kind of environment sections to your directory that is called home. Now what I'm doing is here, looking at here, I'm going to declare, suppose my name is equal to Srinivasa. Okay, but no need to explain your name. Already we know your name. So name is equal to Srinivasa. So what is our intention? Even though I sign off, I log out my terminal, my data should be accessible within my place. Now immediately smart people will get question, sir, as previously you saved the data in the file. Now you are also save the data in the file, right? This bash RC is different, that shell script is different, right? Okay. Now looking at, I will tell you one simple example. Before running this program, see, right now I have one file called mypro.sh, right? In the mypro.sh only our data will be there. What is our data? A. Now, if it is file, then echo $A should print, right? But you cannot print because $A is looking at the terminal. There is no variable A, but variable is stored in where? File, but you cannot access it. That's why user levels, I'm coming to the point, user level scope is different and session, now user level. User level in the sense, even if I say echo $name, my name should print. So that's the reason what I'm trying to say, I'm going to store the data into this profile file. Let me export it. What is this? Export, one of the another shell built-in command. That's why people will explain in shell as different categories about variables. There are two types of variables, local variables, environment variables. What is that? Local variables, environment variables. Now we are talking about local variables earlier. It is called environment variable. Now see, export my name. Listen carefully. I'm exporting data. It means I'm exporting this variable to the specific environment so that number of times user is trying to access it. See? Now, where you modified? In the .bash profile. Again, I'm repeating you one more time. Don't confuse. It's a very simple. Whenever you become a member of your family, how family assigns some default assets to you, right? Whenever you're becoming a professional in the office for your project, what kind of default settings do you assign? Whenever you become any member of your citizen of your state or country, how the government giving a default assets to you, right? The same way, whenever you're becoming a user in the Linux environment, the operating system upload an important configuration file for every user as a hidden files. Those are very essential because I want to work with the Java, where you set the Java variables. That's if you want to access some specific environment variables. What is environment variable? Environment variables are the variables used to tell to the operating system to know something about your command as a Java command. How operating system know that you are playing a video? How the operating system know that you are learning the Java? How the operating system know that you are firing a Docker command? Isn't it? So that's why operating system should detect what kind of software you are going to use it. For that, you need to tell to the operating system in the form of environment variables, right? So whenever you touch the environment variables, whenever you upload the data in the environment variables, we have to save the data permanently, right? To store the data permanently, I'm introducing one more shell built-in called as a very powerful, very powerful. Again, I'm repeating, if you ignore the explanation, you will be ready to pay off. Keep this point. That's a shell is very dangerous. You need to. The source dot bash profile. Now source it in the sense permanently changed. Like whatever the changes you give, it is. Now see, echo dollar name. Oh, good boy. So you are doing multitasking. So one is we are focusing on the class and we are focusing on the my name. Srinivas is printing, right? Now do one thing. Let me exit. Let me exit. My sessions is going to be killed. Again, recollect. Connect. This is something like a global variables, but should not use the word called global variable. You treat as a only environment variables. Okay. See, echo dollar my, right? I'm able to access it, right? Now, who am I currently? Who is the user? Okay, now I do one thing, sudo user add Mr. Sohel. I'm adding the user. Listen carefully. Now sudo password Mr. Sohel. I'm setting the password to the Sohel. I'm setting the password as hello. Okay, and now I'm trying to log in as a hello. Sorry, Mr. Sohel. SU-hyphen Mr. Sohel. So who is the user here? Sohel. Now if I say echo dollar my name, you can't. Sohel is a different user. Srinivas, like EC-typhon user, is a different user. Get my point? The user level in the sense, specific set of users only can access this data. Other users cannot able to access it. Get my point? Immediately, one more ton come from the Narayana. Sir, I appreciated the way you, of course, even you are not appreciated. Let me appreciate myself. Sir, I want to access this data to any user, right? Global. Make this data as a global, right? Irrespective of any user, if any users are currently logged into the system, I have to get it. Okay. Is it clear? Wait. Small story is there. Now I'm exit. I'm exit, right? If I say echo dollar my name, now Srinivasa is the user. I'm able to, okay. And I use a one term. I use a one term. The term is looking at. So local variables, good boy, and environment variables. Local variables and environment variables, right? Local variables and environment variables. So right now we are in the variables only set, but I didn't differentiate. But I'm going to differentiate the scope. Scope in the sense accessibility level. When you close the terminal, variables gone. I don't want to lose my data even when I log out of my machine, but my data should exactly applicable to my user level only. That moment, we kept the data into the one configuration file called as a dot underscore profile. Don't raise that doubt now here. We'll have a separate section in the mid of the shell script. There I can tell you what is a bash profile, bash RC, bash history, how it works, we'll see. If you attend IBM and big MNCs, they'll tear your skin logically. They'll ask this question, especially IBM. If you keep your DevOps administration side, they'll ask these questions. So what are the hidden files when users are created? They'll say, right. All right, sir, what about global? Global in the sense, any user. Okay, any users. That movement, let me log in as a root user, sudo su-. There is a one file called vi/etc/profile. It's a system-wide environment. See, /etc profile. System-wide environment and startup programs. It means when you power on till you get the prompt, when the booting process is done successfully, the server operating system is going to load some important information to every users automatically, right? So that's why I said, right, if someone is trying to say commands, I can't tolerate, I won't tolerate. Sorry guys, this is not command, this is software, right? How you learn the Java, how you learn the .NET, how you learn your Kubernetes. The Linux is a software, not a command oriented. If you are command oriented, who will open this? How to access it? How to operate? How to administrate? It's not. So if you don't understand this, it's huge impacting on your environment, huge impacting on your administration, huge impact on your exposure of your sensitive data. So looking at, if because of this file only, see, path will be going to set. Path, you know that? Path in the sense, for example, you're coming from your place to QH. Why you are coming to the path? Why you are coming to the QH? To take your class. In server side, I dump Java, dump Maven, Gradle, maybe Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, multiple softwares I can store it. Where can I access this? How operating system know your path? How your operating system know your commands? If you don't set the path is going to for you or me and everyone. That's why how this path, looking at path is in capital letter. Did you understand? So yesterday, Mr. Harshavardhan asked the question, sir, is a case sensitive? Yes, it is a case sensitive. If you declare a variable in the lower case, that is called local variables. If you declare in a capital letter, that is called environment variables. Got my point? That's why, again, environment variables are two types. One is a user-defined and predefined. Predefined environment variables. Predefined environment variables and user-defined environment variables. User-defined environment variables. Predefined environment variables and user-defined environment variables. Generally, in general, environment variables are uh, are are declared in caps. Okay, caps, whether user defined or predefined. Remember this point. Okay, sir, what you are going to now come back? What is our endpoint? What is our target? Any user, when users are logged in, they want to access it. Now just scroll down. See, host name. How server know that you are logged from specific host? Then export the path. See, it will export the path. User, looking at in lowercase or capital letters. All are capital, is a predefined like log name, mail, host name, history size, history control. Export. It automatically export these details to every user, right? Just like when you join in the company as a professional, later differentiate whether you're a system administrator or maybe L1 engineer or L2 engineer. Some common assets will be created, right? But if you join in the project, specific level of settings, right? That's why if you are employee, a global configuration, company name, branch name. Like if you are joined to the specific project, specific client name, specific project related accessibility, right? That's why global in the sense, irrespective of your tool, irrespective of you, if you want some common information, they will place entire information in this etc profile directory. Now see, that's why they'll ask these questions. Sir, or Srinivas, I want to run some automation script. That automation script automatically take the backup of my EC2 server when I reboot the system automatically. Then you have to build the shell script. We have to place the shell script inside this etc profile. Automatically start, right? That is called init script. What is that? Like initialization scripts, bootstrapping scripts, right? Hmm? Commands. People are say generally commands. Array, what commands? Nothing, no. So now see. Now obviously you should use source. Today, if you observe this knowingly or unknowingly in detailed manner, we use the source, we use the export, we use a dot bash underscore profile, and we use a slash etc profile. You people are trying to say command. That's called immaturity, the technical immaturity. I'm not scolding the person, I'm talking to the intellectual minds. Slash etc profile. So now source slash etc profile. Now see what we did. Did we assign anything? No, right? Then, so looking at the tool, suppose I'm giving like a tool is equal to, say, suppose a Docker I'm giving. Okay. I didn't export, just I'm giving a tool actually. See what happens, right? Okay. Echo dollar tool, right? Even this time su hyphen Mr. Sohel. Okay. Now echo dollar tool. Any user can access it, right? That's it's proven that if you want to access the variable at the global level, what we need to do, keep data or variable or script should save in slash etc slash profile and source it and save the sources, right? Save the changes using source shell built-in commands. Got it? So, right. Next. Here, I didn't use the export actually. Do you observe it? So if I say exit, if I exit, echo dollar tool, right? Echo dollar tool. Why it is not printing? Slash etc profile is the common environment variable, right? Now if I say sudo su hyphen echo dollar tool, Docker is created, like Docker is printing, like you are able to access it. Su hyphen sohel Mr. Echo dollar tool. Okay, right now you are in. Who am I? Mr. Sohel. But this Mr. Sohel is created by whom? Root administrator, right? Right now you are in the root environment. Now if I exit, echo dollar tool. Why? What's wrong with here? What exit? Hmm. Wait, I will wait. I'm waiting from others' response. See what will. Smart boys like Rahul Dravid and Harshavardhan, Lord Shiva. Lord Narayana, Amrit. Okay, looking at sudo su sudo vi are not sudo, right? Because he's a user, right? Root users slash etc profile, right? Now I use like export. What happens now? Now I use the export tool, export shell built-in command. Okay, now source slash etc profile. Okay, now echo dollar tool. So it's already working in the root. Exit echo dollar tool. Let me exit. Go to connect again. Echo dollar tool. Export is the most powerful keyword, shell built-in command, not keyword, sorry. You have to use export, right? If I say help, export, see, set export attribute for the shell variable, marks each name for automatic export to the environment subsequently. It means that if you want to set, even best example, see how to see the inbuilt-in variables. I said two types of variables, right? Local variable and environment variables. And environment variables are classified into two types, predefined and user-defined. Okay. So predefined in a special peculiar meaning, which is given by the shell. This is our defined purpose. We created, right? Whether system defined or you define, don't forget to use the export. Export in the sense making the command or data or script is visible to everyone, right? Global level, right? Now, if you go, if I want to see my environment variables, env, there is a command called env. So default user is here, EC2 user, and looking at, see, my name is Srinivasa, right? We are already exported, right? And see, if you're looking at shell capital letter, hist control, hist size, host name, PWD, log name, home name, long language. These are the predefined, right? Predefined. Predefined. So in a community user, if multiple files contains the same variable and exported, what normal user prompt echo dollar gives, right? So it means that he's not listening session. He's not at all listening. Somewhere he copied or maybe he posted to my face. This question is look like. So look, if multiple files contains the same variable. So file is nothing but what? File contains what? Say now his question is, I think so he never get it. That's for sure. This is not his attitude question. Because wait, I will throw multiple questions now. Give 1 minute, Shiva. I'll come back. You give a good feast for me. Good feast. Good food also. Excellent. So which file you want? Is a environment variable file or maybe a normal shell file? I need answer from you. First, what do you want? Is a shell file? Or are you going to say about the profile file? Or are you going to talk about etc file? You please think and give a message. I will answer to you now. Now looking at So these are predefined. And one more thing is see user and SSH client, SC Linux, all capital letters are in the, all variables are in the capital letter. So that is a user defined. Sorry, it's a predefined. But we also exported, right? Now see here. Now I'm going to see the magic. Shiva, just wait. I will come back with you. I'm not leaving. Very good question you asked me. I should really appreciate. So here, vi slash etc slash profile. Now looking at guys, this time, if I keep it in capital letter, if it letter in capital letter, then I'm trying to export this to escape colon. Sorry, I think so. Next, source slash etc slash profile. Okay. Now, if I say env, so environment variables are distinguished, clearly isolated, clearly marked by the shell based on the capital letters only, right? Now, you can also remove the variables also. Remove it, right? Right now we set, right? We open the slash etc profile, we open the bash profile, we assign a multiple values, and we did it, right? So before that, I use a one command called env. What is use of env? Used to display only environment variables. Remember it. Only environment variables, right? Next, there is a one more command, same, print env. Both are same. Env or print env. But there is a one more beautiful command is looking at set. The most powerful uh, is a shell built-in, I think so. Or command, wait. Yes, I'm trying to introduce one more command called set. The set is used to display the environment variables as well as the functions. Looking at, we have some inbuilt-in shell functions are there. Wait, we'll discuss. Such functions are very, very important. Once you start the functions, we'll understand. These are the predefined shell functions. As well, you will get some kind of looking at set pipe symbol less, right? So you can see this variables. So what is the concept here? Env will print only environment variables, and set will print env as well, env variables as well, functions, right? Shell functions, right? Including user define and predefine also, if you want to export, right? And to export variables to initial, we must save it in the form of caps, capital letter, capital names, and export it, and export the variables using export shell built-in, I think so. This is also shell built-in. That's why export. Okay. Right, looking at. So now come back to his question. By smiling, very nice question actually. If multiple files, let us start from Mr. Shiva. Is it shell file or bash profile or etc profile? Choice is yours.
etc profile.
etc profile, right? So etc profile is a system-wide file, right? Okay. Now WQ. Let me, yeah, VI / etc profile. Do you have multiple etc profiles or single etc profile for every system according to your understandability? Because you said multiple files, you are saying right. Multiple files in the sense, are you going to say, for example, here one etc profile only, looking at, he's trying to understand the order of, I'm thinking his mind actually, truly. Suppose looking at here, tool I given, right? The tool I given, and now I'm giving like a name, or I can say looking at here, I'm giving like environment is equal to dev. I'm giving, right? Export environment. Okay. Export environment. Escape : WQ, right? 7 exit. So I think so only one entire system, we have only one etc profile only, right? But he's trying multiple files. Multiple files what? This one are looking at. Let me LSIFNLA. He's also user. He's also root is also user, right? He's also a user, but he's having more privileges, right? vi dot bash underscore profile. Okay. Code insert environment is equal to, suppose, a QA. Same variable. Maybe still if you want same data, okay. Why should I necessarily confuse him? Dev. Different file. Okay, environment. Export environment. Export environment. Escape : WQ. Save and exit. Okay. Export. 1 second. Yes. Source. Let me source it actually. The source. Saves permanently, right? Next. vi dot bash rc. So he didn't talk to me. He said multiple files. But whether it's what file? Is a shell file, or it is an environment file, or is a configuration file, or it may be other file. I have to take it, right, according to his mindset. Now bash rc, right? Now in the bash rc, here environment. Okay, good indication. Environment. I keep it in lower capital letters, but here everything is in lowercase only. Keep this point, except some variables. Environment is equal to dev. Okay, okay, and export environment. I'm sorry. Okay, source. ఇప్పుడు ఈ నా క్వశ్చన్ అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి నేను హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ పట్టింది నాకు. That is a validity of his question. I truly respect. but still he gave the comma to me, right? What file he didn't explain it. So, okay, source it. Now I'm in the root level. Exit, exit. So ls-la vi dot bash underscore profile user level, system level, and all variables, all environments I'm trying to export, right? Environment is equal to dev export environment wq, then source it. Okay, got it. So what is the answer now? Question is, before answer to his question, I have to give one statement, right? One is, any user is logged in, /etc profile is automatically update. For every user is logged in, bash underscore profile will be created. You have to understand one thing, right? So first of all, looking at this order, anytime user is open the terminal, a session will be created. That session is going to create one .bash RC. Next, whenever specific user is logged in, .bash underscore profile will be updated. And any user is logged in, /etc profile will be updated. This is the order of Linux, how it is going to be hit. Any time user is open the terminal, bash RC is now each and every layer, EC2 user level, I gave the environment, right? Am I right? Anyhow, it's recording, right? Just please listen then. Any terminal is open, bash RC. Right now, who am I? I'm EC2 user. I already updated value at the bash profile. Okay, as well, vi dot bash RC. So go to insert. Environment is equal to dev export. Spelling, right? Yes. Environment. Yeah, I'm just coming. Environment. Clear? Okay. NV environment, right? Okay. Sorry. So source it. Space it, huh? So I need to visit the doctor then. Dash RC. All right. That's not perfect. Now the question answer is coming. Okay. User level, root level, all variables, all places I gave the environment variables. If I say exit, I'm exit actually. Okay, now I'm trying to connect. System-wide variable is there. Profile level variable is available. Session level is there. Same environment. Now looking at echo dollar. First of all, looking at env. What is that? Only one. There is no duplication actually. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. Now, sudo su hyphen echo dollar, or let us env, environment, right? Only one variable. So next, echo dollar name, dollar environment. NV, spelling problem. Environment. Getting right. Getting right. So irrespective of. So what is question now? Tell me. If multiple files contains the same variable, environment is only. What normal user prompt echo dollar gives? Obviously, if you are in, looking at exit ls hyphen la vi dot bash rc. Now do one thing. I'm trying to remove this. The real game will start here, right? I'm trying to remove it. Which one? Bash rc and vi dot bash underscore profile. But he didn't mention where is that file. That is real irritating to me, right? Only one variable across the multiple files. That it can be bash rc, bash profile, right? So according to the order is, this is the order. This is the order where it is. Yes, this is one, right? This is the one, right? So order is bash rc will be updated and next profile will be updated and etc profile will be updated, right? Common data if you want, because according to the shell, this is the global variable. According to the user session, he is a global variable. Other user will are not. And this is called local, right? Now, one more question I have to understand. If see multiple files, same variable and exported, right? So I already exported, right? Export under where? Bash RC level, profile level, etc profile. Now where you are getting? What you are getting? Dev. But what I did a small changes is, now this time Mr. Shiva will get a doubt. Sir, change the value, right? Change the value, right? Environment is dev. Now see, vi slash etc slash profile. Now, this is suppose production I'm giving. Okay, now source. Save it. In the root level, I gave it. And also observe very carefully. I use the capital letter and I export it, right? Is it clear, right? Okay. Next, exit. This is a etc profile level or not? etc profile only, right? Exit. Now, if I open dot bash rc level, bash rc. Now here, environment is equal to, suppose this time QA. Okay. Export environment. Okay. Where I given bash RC. Bash RC I given it. Now vi dot bash underscore profile. Now this time environment. Env, correct only, right? Environment is equal to, for suppose UAT, right? Export environment. Capital. Escape colon WQ and the source. Okay, let us exit. So one is bash RC level, bash profile level, etc profile level, same variable, same value taken. Now I got environment is a dev only. Now people will again get confused. No. Whether this value is coming from the etc profile or whether this data is coming from the bash profile or whether data is coming from the .bash RC. You'll get clarity, right? So this one second. Let me connect. Actually, no need to exit, but people still feel there is a small concept is linked up local variables. I will tell you, but before that, tell me, Tejaswini. First of all, vi dot bash rc, right? ఇక్కడే కదా ఉంది కదా చేంజ్ ఉంది కదా సోర్స్ ఇవ్వలేదా source bash rc. Clear, right? Okay, for you again I will exit and I will close it. Source is permanent. Now see, so just like priority of your local variable, priority of your global variable. Best example, Mr. Amrit, in Java, if local variables and instance variables are having the same, Java is giving importance to local variables, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
Right. So the same way Mr. Lord Shiva asked this question. Now looking at first env. See, environment is UAT in the sense where you given bash RC or profile. Looking at. So I have one variable called as a Mr. Shiva. This environment is given in the form of bash RC only, if I'm not wrong. Okay, right. So it is always giving the priority to the bash RC. Okay. Suppose sudo su hyphen Mr. Sohel. Okay, Mr. Sohel, you are here. env. What is this? Environment in the sense where I given production variable. etc profile or not? Yes, etc profile only, global. Now see, nothing is there here. See, next. exit. Next, sudo, suppose sudo su hyphen echo, or you can say like env. What is this? Environment dev. Environment dev in the sense, if I say open ls-la, where can I vi dot bash underscore profile. Get it? So the answer is this. You have to follow this, right? So order is always first session level, user level, and global level, right? Priority wise global only, right? Any user can access it, right? And also specific session wise, if you want, the user must keep inside it. Environment system administrator nowhere belongs, right? Next, my question is this time for you guys. Shiva, come to my audibility. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. What is the answer? So if multiple files are same variable in the sense, you have to understand the order of loading the configuration files into the system.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్. అది ముందు ఆర్డర్ తెలియదు కదా, ఈ క్వశ్చన్ అడిగాక మీరు ఆర్డర్ స్పెసిఫై చేసే వరకు క్లియర్ అయింది ముందు ఆర్డర్.
Is it clear? Or again, it's something ఏదో ఒప్పుకుంటున్నావా?
లేదు సార్, క్లియర్ సార్, క్లియర్.
Okay, good boy. Wait, వెళ్ళలేదు. నా క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది. You please listen my question first. You have to listen it. Cool. Then I don't want to ask that much big question. A small question. Again Shiva and again Sohel, Tejaswani. My comment is, I don't want to degrade my students. I want to provoke, or I want to activate the brains of the brain cells. And the power of knowledge is not by hearting, right? You should by heart, you should exercise first. But at the end of the day, concept ఉంటుంది చూసావా, the concept should be injected into your minds. You should think properly, right? That's why ఇప్పుడు, sir, I'm not a bigger guy like you. Looking at here, you know, bash actually, bash is a command used to create a local variables. Sorry, bash is a command used to create a shell. Right? How many number of shells we can create? Shiva?
Sir.
How many number of shells we can create? In a given shell, like in a given operating system, how many number of shells we can create? Multiple shells. Looking at? How can you confirm it? See, bash. Before bash, echo $. What is this? Somewhere I explained this one. Am I? No? No? Okay. $0. What is use of $0? To print the shell name, like file name, if you give inside the file. Otherwise, it gives the default shell, right? $$ is a super command line argument. It will print the process ID of the specific shell. If you want to print the process ID of the current shell, you can use $. Looking at, what is the current process ID? 7962. Now here, environment, looking at, I can give like, suppose name is equal to Srinivasa. Okay. Echo $name. Now I'm able to print it, right? Now again, I'm going to fire the bash. What happens if I fire the bash? Simple, anyone. When you fire the bash command, it will create the new process. Looking at, how can you confirm it new process? Because as we discussed, by seeing the echo $, You should same PID or different PID? Bash is a command used to create the new shell, I said, new subshell. If it is a new, PID should be changed. Is the same or different? 8303, right? Now, if I say echo dollar name cannot, specific shell only can access local variables. If you create a new shell, those variables are gone. Keep in mind. Now again, what is your process ID? Same. Right now I'm in the 8303, right? Now if I see exit, I'm killing the current process ID and going back to the parent. What is the current process ID? 7962, right? Same process, I back. Echo dollar name. Okay. Looking at now. Looking at env. Already environment is there, right? Is a capital letter, right? Okay. What is the current process ID? 7962. Echo dollar environment. Environment. I'm accessing UAT. Listen carefully, don't confuse. Looking at, if I say env, right now, who am I first? Go and manual, current user is. If I say env, what is this environment right now? UAT. Sure. Now see, what is the current process ID? 7962. Echo dollar environment UAT, right? Now create one more process. Echo dollar echo dollar environment. Mr. Shiva, come to me. So right now QA again. Now why it is getting the different variable? Even Amrit, even Narayana.
Different bash profile.
Looking at ls-la. Suppose cat dot, what is output we got? QA, right? It is a UAT. Now, if it is RC, what is this? QA, right? Right. So right now, what is the command I fired? Echo environment. QA. In the sense, for this current shell, what is the default one? Bash RC. For subshells, it's a local. Get my point? For session, local. That is the power of Linux. So that's why troubleshoot cheyali ante, you must understand the internals of the Linux. Otherwise, it's not something like that. Got my point? So open challenges. This is the open challenge from the QH by the Srinivasa. This kind of explanations you never find anywhere unless until someone is troubleshoot the question such a way. So that's why Linux is not a command. My humble request, giving Ananta Namaskar to your feet. It is not at all a command-oriented program. If you want to become like a best troubleshooter in the clusters level, you should be very sound, strong knowledge on the roots of your environment, right? So that's why even there are some more tips will be there. If I say you people will get bored, but Shiva is asked a question, then I spend more than 30 minutes and 40 minutes also. But he didn't answer. But when I create the subshell, Now he gave the answer is, now he alerted, oh, SAR created the subshell. Subshell in the sense Linux, every time it is creating the default profiles. So shell in the sense subshell, it is not a global shell. Current shell in the sense local, local in the sense bash RC. In bash RC, QA is there. You mind should be rotate like that. Is it clear, Shiva?
I see.
Good questions, and thanks to you, your questions. Now still wait. One more point is, right now where I am in? 8390. Exit. Echo dollar 7962. Okay. I can do one thing. Multiple process subshells you can create. Always remember it. Parent process is the first, then child, subchild, child of child, child of child, right? You can access, child can access the parent variable, but parent variable cannot access the child. Remember this point. Now, tell me how many number of process IDs right now created? How to know that? How to count? How many number of PIDs currently created? Anyone? How to print? Anyone, guys? Amrit and Adinarayana? Or is there gone? Okay, still you are there. Good. So if I say PS, why you are looking? Why you are referring the pages, Mr. Sohel? PS command is there. By seeing the PS, you can see the number of IDs open, right? Okay, now if I say kill all of bash, what I'm doing? Killing all the process IDs, right? If I say ls-la cat dot bash rc, still your data is there. Got my point? That's why environment variable is always safe. And if you want to access multiple shells, multiple users, multiple profiles, if you want, then you always export into the local environment, environment variables. Now, one more question is, sir, I don't want to be, okay, then looking at, there is an unset of environment. I unset it. Right now, who are my user? Echo dollar echo dollar. Sorry, gap is right. Environment will be killed at the user level. Now, if you go to env, the gone environment variable is a gone. Is a what variable it's gone? Like in which session the variable is gone? It is a bash RC level, or bash profile level, or etc profile level. For example, let us go and join at the root user, sudo cat /etc profile, isn't it? See, is there, right? Get my point? Now, if I say env, still I'm able to see dev, right? Dev is belongs to which one? Global variable, right? So unset, so specific user level, right? Now my question is, please note it down. I want to clear I want to clear variable from all files permanently. I want to clear the value of the variable from, or variable if you remove in the sense automatic value gone, right? So to remove, how to remove variable from all files? Okay, you can try it. So set, unset, set, unset we seen. Then what other we seen? So dollar we seen is a special command line argument, right? Used to print the current process ID, right? Bash is used to not only print the current shell, is also used to create the new shell. And okay, whenever new shell is created, new process ID created. That's why local variables are accessible to the current shell only. Other subshells cannot access. If you want to access by other subshell, we have to export into the environment variables, right? We done two things. Environment variable predefined and user defined. User defined, predefined in the sense simply echo $home is a predefined variable. It prints your user home directory. Echo $log name. It prints your username. Okay, so these are predefined, right? Okay, echo $fist size. So it will give the 1,000, right? These are all predefined variables, right? Got it? Okay, next, what we see in other environment variables? Built-in commands. Yes, export source env, right? Okay. So before stopping the session, I will give one more concept and I will stop it. Suppose variable declaration, variable initialization, printing, scope, and shebang lines, and creating the program and executing the program. And also we got some comfort about the shell built-in commands. Okay, and understood the environment variables, how it impacts, how it stores and where it stores, how to access it. Suppose I want to declare a constant in the shell variable, right? So if you want to declare a constant, there is a special command called read only. I think so, right? Vi demo.sh. See, read only. Read only name is equal to Srinivasa. Echo $name. This is something equal to the final keyword in the Java. And now if your user is trying to change the name to hello, if I'm trying to print again, shell won't allow you, right? $name. Echo $name. Echo $name. And one more thing is, if you want to give the multiple values into the same variable, previous value will be overwritten. That is a problem in the variables. We cannot store the multiple values into the same variable. But we can declare multiple variables with the same value, you can access it. Suppose A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, C is equal to 10. Possible, right? A is a different variable, B is a different variable, C is a variable, but same value. Now see, echo $question mark sh demo.sh. See, Srinivasa is a printing, but line 3 is going to change by me. That's saying like, sorry, name is a read-only variable. I cannot allow you to modify it. So once you declare variable as a read-only, you cannot change the value of the variable. That's why this is also a shell built-in. Please note it down. Read-only is a shell built-in. just like a constants in the shell, we can call it as. How to declare a constants, how to declare a fixed values of the variable. If you want, you can use read only. So read only. So that is the basic foundation of the. Tomorrow we'll introduce the operators, most typical and complex. And I said, right, shell is not so easy for the beginner, even experienced people also, till you get hands dirty. It's a kind of rigid syntax. Again, I'm telling you. So you should have a deep focus. Once you know the operators and expressions and if condition, then we'll open our technical wings. Just as per the, see, right now commands are, we took almost 10 days, right? In the shell, again, it will take another nearly 8 to 9 days, right? So in this 8 to 9 days, we will complete even another 3 to 4 modules come into the picture in the Linux. So I have to cover the conditional statements with some scripts, real-time scripts. And I have to explain the arrays and strings. I have to explain the functions and awk programming, SCD programming, right? So there I have to cover the three things, right? Network automation. Main I have network automation, DB automation, log management. So obviously another 8 to 9 days, and in the shell functions we'll complete one project. That day you have to wait another 2.5 hours that day. Continuously I will explain one project using shell functions, how to deploy an applications into the environment. So I said, right, every tool is one use case, one project oriented task. Maybe another 8 9 days, maybe you can call it as a month end. So with this shell Linux will be covered. Then so once complete, yes, definitely. I will upload all these files. You can call it as, and I will send it. I will send it. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow.
The recording has stopped.
Rahul gone. Okay.